Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another weekend hangout sesh. I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies, it's gonna be my birthday in a half hour. Come on, East Coast.
Happy birthday!
Whoa!
Yeah,
Happy almost birthday.
yeah. Well, yeah. I just went in. I want to tell y'all, ladies, I just got back from Canada.
You have Canadian potato chips?
Yeah, all dressed chips. These are good. Like Canada has some chips like we don't have in the States, like that and ketchup chips.
But they like to eat French fries with like gravy and cheese curds, right?
Poutine, yeah.
Poutine, yeah.
Oh, Genevieve, I wanted to say, like I told Mason earlier before we went live, like I've been to 4 different Latin American countries this year, and Canada was the biggest culture shock.
What was the biggest culture shock?
Canada. Yeah, and because I was in Mexico last month, and I mean, there's not much of a cultural difference. But Canada, you hear French as soon as you get on a plane to get to Canada.
Was it shocking because were you thinking that it would be like not that different?
I've been there 4 times. Yeah, it's a little different. I go there to like feel a bit of being in a totally different place because it's like very French. It's different in the United States.
I've never been to Canada, and I know people from there. In fact, I know people who live there, and I've never been there.
Yeah, it's like the U.S., but not like the U.S. It's still.
Well, I hear they have good strip clubs. Did you go to the strip club?
No strip clubs. Did stand up out there.
I don't know. That's just what I heard. I've never been either.
But Mason, tell me your story. Like, you told me an interesting story before we went.
Oh yeah, he was like, "How was your August?" I was like, I flew into Virginia Beach during the hurricane, which was fun. So, but to visit family. But yeah, that was fun. So like, I got to sit around with my family, and like they were telling stories, and I was like, "Remember that one time you dropped me on my head?" And they were like, "Wait, was it this time?" And then someone's like, "No, it was this other time." And they there were so many stories about how I had been dropped on my head. I was like, "How many times have I been dropped on my head? Oh my
god!" That's funny.
Well, that's interesting. Genevieve, how's your August been?
How's my August?
Yeah, how's your August
been? It's been good. I mean, I had a really, really consuming, like May and June. Well, really, like since my birthday, which was March, it's been a whole like kind of whirlwind of like personal stuff and then professional stuff. And then I decided that in July, I just wanted a break. Like I just wanted to do a bunch of yoga, catch up with some friends, and not put any kind of expectation or like, anything other than that, right?
Good for you. Yeah. No, you deserve that.
So August has been kind of trying to get back in the swing, like doing comedy and doing shows and kind of like clawing my way out of this self-imposed obscurity, What are you doing on Facebook? Are we looking at somebody's thing?
I just wanted to share my like my Facebook, and share my Cash App,
Oh yeah.
Wait, what were those pictures of? Was that a wedding?
It looked like somebody's wedding.
It was a friend.
Nice.
That was super random.
You're at a wedding?
Yeah, my cousin had a wedding last week.
So where is everybody right now geographically?
Well, I'm in California. Mm-hmm. Well, now I'm back in California.
Now you are. Okay.
Yeah, Long College Days area.
I'm in Los Angeles, California.
Where? What area?
Atwater Village.
Oh, so I'm in Sherman Oaks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, not too far. Wait, you said you're in Palos Verdes?
Yeah, like San Pedro, Palos Verdes. So we're all in LA. Like I'm in San Pedro.
Okay, it's beautiful over there.
It is really nice over there. I love it there.
Oh yeah, it's so out the way.
It is out the way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, where is that? There's like that resort there that's like in Palos Verdes, that
Oh
big
no,
one.
no, no! I think there
Like
is
Trump's
one, but
resort.
there's also a Trump golf golf course.
Oh, maybe that's where it was. My
I think it is.
sister
Yeah.
was visiting from the East Coast and they were staying there. So I stayed there for like a weekend, and I was just like, I could get used to this.
It's so
Really,
nice.
it was beautiful. It was like on a
It's
cliff,
so
these
beautiful. Oh
gorgeous
yeah, it's
views.
also beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scenery is amazing,
It
and
has its tragic history, though. Very tragic. I don't want to get into it because it's sad, but it has a tragic history.
and I'm
It
tell you,
does?
I'm gonna tell you, ladies, like you get
Yeah.
a lot of peace and quiet out there. You won't hear a thing when you're down there because I drive there all the time for work.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what are you doing for work?
I do deliveries like DoorDash. Yeah, DoorDash.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, saying the tips are amazing out
Are they?
here. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah, well, yeah, everybody has money over there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
how often? Let me ask you about the comedy. How often you ladies do comedy? Is it weekly, monthly?
It really depends.
I have the same answer. It really does. It
Yeah,
depends
exactly.
on the month. It depends on, like, I have stretches where I'm doing like, 3, 4 shows a week for like several weeks. And then something else comes up because I acting. So what happened in June, I booked a play. So
Oh, cool.
it was like the
Congratulations.
first, thank you. But it was like I went into rehearsals right in the beginning of May, and then that was around the clock. And then when the play started, it was like there was no room to be doing stand up. So I
Yeah.
had to take 6 weeks off. It was like I tried to
No, for
squeeze in a couple
sure.
shows and I was just like,
Yeah.
couldn't have done that,
Yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
and then prior to that, the month before, I just spent the last 4 years like gearing up getting my ministerial license, and
Oh,
that
cool.
yeah. And the final month of doing that, like, no, there was no time. Like, I had a thesis, I had all this stuff. It's basically the equivalent of a master's. So it took, so I've been out of it. But I did have a
That's
great show in
understandable.
Santa Barbara like a week ago. So
Oh,
I
nice.
haven't,
Where? Where was
oh gosh.
it?
Okay, so have you gone up there and done those shows like
The
the
piano bar.
piano bar, and then there's that
No,
Java
I've been there.
Cafe? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was the Red Piano. That's the name of the place. And I'd
Yeah.
never done that one
Oh,
before.
yeah.
I've done the Java Cafe and the Blue Owl, but I hadn't. And
Oh, cool.
Sam Bear's shows, the Bear Cave shows. I've done a couple of those. So that was cool. But
Well,
mhm.
my boyfriend has a weekly open mic that he puts on in Atwater Village at the Roost Cocktails. It's
Oh,
like
fun.
on Los Feliz Boulevard. Yes, every
Mason, let me
Tuesday.
ask: is there an Instagram for that?
Yes, it's called the After School Special mic.
After
Yes,
school.
every
Oh, I've heard
Tuesday
of
at
that.
7
I haven't
p.m.
been by, but I know
You've
what that
heard of it?
is.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, After School Special mic. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a great room. Like, so we do comedy at least once a week, but we're not necessarily doing shows often. But at least we're like getting up and doing it.
But you're still in
Yeah.
it. You still have a hand in it. You're still hanging out with
Yeah.
comics, like and getting on stage.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good. Have you ladies ever done like the bigger spots, like the Laugh Factory or improv or
Yeah, I did the improv earlier this year.
Oh, nice.
It was great. It was such a wonderful energy. There's something about like a club like that where everybody's there. Everybody wants to be there.
Oh,
The audiences are
Very,
full.
yeah.
Yeah, I
There's so
did.
many bar shows where like you're just like sort of forcing your comedy on people that don't want to be there.
Right.
But
Such
yeah, I've done some big clubs, but yeah, the Comedy Store is a little intimidating. I did a roast battle there, but I like totally bombed. It was bad.
What about the little room, the upstairs room?
Yeah, it was in the belly room.
I've always
But it was roast battles, and I lost.
Oh, roast battles? Forget it. No, I wouldn't.
Mason, who went up against?
I went against this girl Morgan, but she was like an expert, and it was my first roast battle. But she'd been doing them for a while. But
no, I couldn't do. I'm not mean spirited.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not either. I'm a nice person.
So my friend, she's got this big pool in her apartment. And I came over and we were like, we're like swimming. And there were these two little boys, Bastian and Zeke. And they were like 6 and 7 years old. Right. And they're like trying to get our attention, squirting at us with their water guns and stuff. And my friend just turns around and splashes them. And now it's on,
nice.
So now there's splashes, whatever. And I don't even remember who started it. Oh, I do. My friend Katie, she makes some comments. She's like, something, Megan. And this little boy's like, you mean that movie, Megan? And I was like, no. Wait, you mean that horror movie? He's like, yeah. You see it? And I was like, no. Wait, you see it? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, aren't you a little young to be watching that movie? And he's like, aren't you a little old to be like watching anything? Because you probably blind. Hey, pal, where's your stroller? And he's like, where's your wheelchair? And like,
that's awesome.
I mean, he didn't stop. And then he says to Katie, he goes, you so ugly, you probably adopted. And she is. Like, she actually is.
Oh, no. My God. She got roasted by a child.
And she's like, horrible. You so ugly. You couldn't even get adopted, and your parents had to keep you. Like, she was better at it than me. Like, I was like, whoa, And then like his mom called him or something, and he has to get out, and then he leaves, and then he comes back, and he's like, let's go. I'm like, let's go what? He's like, let's roast. And I'm like,
round 2.
Okay, can this kid go against the chick that beat me? Because I want to see him beat her. Like, he could totally beat her. He could beat her. Yes.
I couldn't believe it. This is like this. I mean, that was Zeke. And you can tell, but Zeke is gonna be hot one day.
Genevieve, let me share a clip from your Instagram. One of your clips.
From my Instagram, okay.
Yeah, hold on.
Girl, I'm crying. You're so funny.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was good. I'm gonna add it right now.
What are you pulling up? Most recently.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, his internet's bugging. Yeah, it's bugging.
What do we get?
There we go. Let me get the sound.
Oh yeah, that's the same Santa Barbara show that I
made my mother too happy. Okay, so do you remember me? You could have just pretended. You could have been like, oh my God, you were the best part. Like, well, it's over now. The moment is past. Yeah, it's totally fine. You know what? You know why you don't remember me?
That was good. So, Mason, you did the Santa Barbara Comedy Club too?
Yeah, same one, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I did a whole bit about a piano.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow. You got anything up on Instagram? I'll load it up right now.
I don't know if I've looked. I haven't loaded from that one.
Ooh,
but I do have some comedy.
Okay, but I see you got something from the Laugh Factory.
Thank
you.
That.
So.
It's just a still. But there, if you go to Reels, then yeah, you can. There you go. There's a lot of comedy there. There's a reason. The most recent thing I did is
this is Long Beach, Mason. This is Long Beach, huh?
Yes, you've been there.
Yeah, I've been there. This is Sarah Kay's show. I know.
Yeah.
Earlier, and she warned me about the seat, and she was like, "You're gonna either want to clean that off or hover." And it reminded me of how lucky all you men are. You have no idea how lucky you are. You just whip out your dick and you can pee. You can do it behind a tree, anywhere you want, right? Well, like do you know the thigh strength that takes to hover? You have to hover, and then you have to pray your pee goes straight down because it never does. No, it either goes forward.
Thank you.
That was good, Mason.
Which is funny because the audience member was the one who told me that in the bathroom. She's like, "Yes, you're right, you're right."
Hey, Mason, how did you get on that show? I mean, how did you
you know, my boyfriend does comedy too. So he had a friend who was based in Long Beach, and I guess that's how we got linked up with Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, that's cool because Sarah had me on Sarah had me on her show 3 times in the Chum Bucket.
She's great.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And I love it. It's like it was a good audience. They were very like welcoming, and there weren't that many people there, but they were very enthusiastic, which is good.
Don't you feel like when you get out of LA or New York, like
they're
the
more
crowds?
Enthusiastic? Yeah.
Yeah. Long Beach has a good crowd. I mean, I love it. Amazing. Like the crowd in Long Beach is more laid back. It's more local.
Yeah,
exactly. Also, like they're not saturated with entertainment.
Yeah, there's so
like
much comedy
so
here.
for them, like if they're going to a comedy show, it's intentional and they don't do it all the time. So they're like happy to be there.
Yeah. Whereas here it's kind of forced on them.
Let me how's the Santa Barbara? How's the Santa Barbara crowd?
I feel the same way about Santa Barbara. I feel like the audiences are like real people who had a real intention. They were like, you know, like where did I do this show? Somewhere out, like more like kind of inland somewhere. It was like do you know Mistress K?
Yes.
Yeah. So she booked it, but it was like it was some random. I don't even know where we were, you know.
Yeah.
And like the people that were there, like they saw flyers in the bar, or they found it on Eventbrite, and they were like, "Oh, this is happening." It was like a comedy and bingo with drag queens or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you know, you're right. Like if you live in a place that's like not LA and you see that that's happening, you'd be like, "Oh, cool." But here you're just like, "Ugh, another."
Yeah, is it a famous person? Yeah, exactly. Right. You have to be really picky. But no, that's the goal. The goal is to get booked on touring shows. But the thing is, you have to get like big enough that you can get paid enough to travel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they were started like did like travel and do open mics. Like I've done that a few times. Like just coming back from Toronto doing the few open mics out there. I'm not saying going there like networking with people.
How was it?
It was fun. Like Canadian comics. Yeah. Yeah, like their humor is like they got like a bit of a British influence. It's very self-deprecating.
Nice.
It was excellent.
Yeah, someone said they were in Japan and there aren't many comedians there. I'm like, maybe I should move to Japan. You know.
Like, will they understand you? Will you have to have like an interpreter?
Yeah, that's a good question.
In Japanese.
I could probably learn Japanese.
In Japanese, sorry, ladies. Japanese is not an easy language.
Not easy.
No, I would imagine.
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, I would say that. I took a Japanese course about years ago in college, and the only words I remember was arigato, hi. Yes. Hi. Gozaimasu. And konnichiwa.
I know konnichiwa. What does that mean?
Hello.
Oh yeah.
And kawaii. That's cute. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I live in I live in the South Bay. Pretty much like there's a lot of Japanese folks. And I'm like, yeah, you hear that word.
Oh yeah, you have good sushi, I bet.
Oh yeah, and ramen.
I love sushi.
Yeah,
nice. Very nice.
Yeah, probably the best Japanese food you'll get in the U.S. is out
here. Yeah, ramen's so expensive in LA. They're like, hey, you want a bowl of ramen? That's gonna be like $50.
I have a question though about Japanese food.
Okay.
Because here's the theory. Okay, wait. So nowhere in the world, anywhere in California rolls, do they put mayonnaise in the California? Nowhere. Like I grew up in Connecticut and New York. I've gone to sushi in everywhere, you know. Never have I seen that. Then I come to California and I order a California roll, and I was like, yeah.
What? Oh, you're talking about that pink mayo?
It's not
I don't
pink.
think mayonnaise
The
belongs
crab
in
is
sushi,
pink,
period.
so it looks pink because they mix it all up with the crab. But yes, that big ball of
that's
pink
how we eat
mush.
out here.
Yes, but why? And why is that only here?
It's a California thing. We got our own. We got like doing things.
But like, isn't that so backward? Like, you would think that it would be like, I don't know, Alabama, where they put mayonnaise in the sushi. Like, you would think that LA would be like a little more sophisticated than mayonnaise in the fucking sushi.
To make it not as sophisticated.
I just came back from somewhere where they put like vinegar on French fries.
You're right. So the world is insane.
What's wrong with that?
Oh yeah, and Mason, just to tell you about the South Bay Japanese food. The ramen out here is usually around like $11 to $15.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, they like jack the price up here. It's crazy.
They did have everything.
Yeah,
so crazy.
Because that's proper LA. You know what I'm saying? The LA where you go to.
Yeah. We can find like little places here and there that are still reasonable. But not so much for ramen.
I just want to ask you, like, how is the LA scene now? I mean, because I don't really go around like Hollywood or like proper LA. I mostly stay around South Bay.
You're probably just as well.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's fine, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. It's not. I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. Go ahead, Mason.
Well, wait. You said you haven't been here though.
Yeah, I mean, I did a show in Van Nuys, but I don't really do like.
Where was it?
It was in Van Nuys. It's give me a second. It was Irish Sparrow show. Mason, I've seen you.
Oh yeah, I know her. Yes.
Yeah, she booked me in as a guest on her
that's cool.
monthly show in Van Nuys. Yeah, it was good. It was a good crowd too.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, good. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's not.
I do shows in Van Nuys. It's like at the bowling alley.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something. Like the South Bay is a bit of a different crowd than the Valley crowd. It's a bit like out here. It's more politically conservative, more right wing. You're able to get away with more jokes about Kamala Harris than in the
Valley. I bet.
Well, and in here you can't. I mean, it's all everybody hates Trump and everybody loves the Democrats, and that's it. And there's no there's no other.
It's crazy. It's a lot of Trump.
And there's no middle of the road either. If you're like literally like if you're like you know, I don't think Trump's the greatest guy, but I don't think he should die. People are like, you Nazi. Yeah, I mean, like it's
no, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Very heavy-handed on the left.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole different bubble out here because there's a lot of Trump flags. And I deliver to a lot of Trump people, and they give me good tips.
Good.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I still tell some like political jokes, though. I do. I still do. Do you like
political jokes?
I still tell them, yeah. I'm like, even though everybody here is a Democrat, I'm like I noticed like Biden's having trouble getting off the stage, right? But he loves sniffing children. So my idea is just take a child and rub its head on an exit sign, and he'll just smell it and walk towards the exit. And people still laugh, you know. It's like whatever.
I saw a very funny meme. But remember in Home Alone, when Trump was in Home Alone, when he's at the plaza, and there's that random scene where Macaulay Culkin's like, "Excuse me, where do I find the front desk?" And Donald Trump is like, "It's right over there," right?
Yeah.
So it was like, here's a version of the movie where Kevin never finds the front desk, and instead of Trump, he goes up to Biden. It's like Biden standing in the lot, like the idiot is like, oh. I was like, God,
yeah, speaking of that, I wanted to share this meme.
Oh, that's the one.
Is
that the one?
Is this what you're talking about? The first sign that Donald Trump doesn't care about children and parents being separated.
Oh, because he never asked him where his parents were? That's funny.
Yeah, that is something. Yeah, it's been like 9 years of that guy. I'm just tired of it. But yeah, like moving.
Well, if they would find somebody better, then maybe he would go away. But like, look at the fucking choices. I mean, it's like they don't. There's no one else. There's no other Republican candidate.
Yeah, they stick us with like 2 old people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
This is
they could have done Ron DeSantis or something.
What?
Ron DeSantis. They could have brought out Ron DeSantis, maybe. I don't know.
But they didn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, ladies, like just being up north in Canada, like it was nice. Not really like they don't really think about politics like we do down here.
By the way, I just cut my hair, and I'm like not used to it. So that's why I'm like, what am I doing?
It looks great.
Does it? It's like,
yes.
I'm not used to it being this way. So I'm like,
I like it. How long was it?
Oh, wow.
It was like long. It was longer, but it was getting frayed and split endy. And I just needed like.
That's good.
You need to take care of.
No, it's great. It's great.
Thank
I cut my own hair too. I got all in a ponytail though. It's like hot and my hair is like crazy.
Oh, you have pretty curly hair. I have waspy feathers.
It's super curly and it, like I swear it feels like snakes coming alive on my head, like
Ooh, I want that.
I mean, it's honestly overrated. I would trade with you.
No, you wouldn't.
No, but seriously, I wake up every morning looking homeless because like my hair is so curly, it gets like matted.
Well, it's blessed to have hair because mine's just gone. Yeah, my family doesn't make fun of me because like you ain't got no hair, bro. What's your hair on?
How Mason, how long have you been in LA?
Since 2006.
Oh, even longer than me. Where'd you come from?
Yeah, Virginia Beach, Virginia.
And Genevieve, you're from Connecticut, right?
Yeah, right outside New York City.
Okay, so it's the East Coast. East Coast. I'm more southeast though.
So I knew Trump's kids.
Oh wow! I mean, both of y'all.
Like personally, you knew him?
Yeah.
Knew them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Not well, but his daughter was older than me. But a lot of, I had friends that were in school with her, boarding school with her.
Oh wow!
And I met Eric a number of times.
He treats her like a princess.
What?
Right. He treats her like a princess. For sure. Trump does, I think.
Don't most people treat their children? Well,
No, my dad isn't. My dad treated me like my parents.
Genevieve,
my parents treated me like I was like a trained monkey. But no, I worked with Trump on the Apprentice, and I met all his kids too.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Hey, look at this! I got 2 guests that met.
But I didn't know him that well. Like I just worked on the show,
I didn't either. I bet
I didn't hear stories or anything like that. But I was just there.
This is fascinating. Typical of that proper like.
And he never grabbed me by the pussy. I was like, why not? Like, am I not hot? Like,
guess not.
Oh man! Genevieve, how was Eric Trump? I want to know this.
Honestly, high school, he was at a party. He was very friendly and polite and nice. But
that's how he was on set too.
Yeah, and Ivanka was like really lovely. I didn't know her well. I only met her a couple of times, but there was nothing weird or fucked up or nasty about his kids. No,
I agree.
Like, I know the world doesn't want to hear this, but they're like a nice family. Regardless of what you think of him or
Hunter Biden, his crack cocaine, or
right. It's like regardless of what you think of him as a president, the only thing that I ever saw was like a nice family.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to have both guests that met the Trump family.
He was always nice to me, and he treated the employees really well. Like he would like give us like frappuccino machines, and then like bought us like lobster at the end of the shoot and stuff. So he did really take care of us. It was really nice.
Yeah, no, I mean, they loved him when he was making all that money for the network, and then all of a sudden, all of a sudden he's the devil.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, they still love him right now. Like, he's
what?
Good for, they still love Trump right now. He's good for the rating.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they love him. They love to hate him now. But like, once upon a time, he was their guy. He was working for them. He was making money for them. They were friends with him. Like, I don't, whatever end you fall on politically, Democrat, Republican, or whatever. Like, my issue is that it's just there's such a dehumanization of people because we put them up here, and particularly a guy like Trump, because he's already famous for having money, people just want to hate people with money.
Yeah. No, seriously.
And no, he's not perfect. I mean, of course, you can't.
Yeah, nobody is.
Defend some of the shit that he said.
He used to be loved in the rap community. Like, his name is featured on a whole lot of rap songs.
Awesome.
He used to be like loves.
But why isn't he anymore?
The culture's changed.
Y'all don't even want to get.
I have a theory.
Don't get me started.
Like, today is the official birthday on the East Coast.
I will tell you something. This is going to sound. This might be inflammatory and it might get me canceled. But if I were a black man, I would be voting for Trump because Skid Row is 80% people that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are responsible for having sent to prison over nothing 20, 30 years ago. They were the ones that signed off on that. And their racist shit that they actually did, and targeted the young black community intentionally by putting crack in the streets and then criminalizing crack and not coke, which was a conspiracy to literally to criminalize Black America. And now, everybody's like, oh, the Democrats care about the homeless. The Democrats created the homeless. They created the situation. There's always been homeless and there always will.
Money off of it.
What?
It's a grift. They're making a shit ton of money off of it.
From the beginning of time, there has been
billions of dollars.
But the specific poverty that's in Los Angeles right now, that's a specific brand of homeless. And they're all ex-cons. If you meet a homeless guy on Skid Row who's not a tweaker or a schizo, he's 45 to 60 and black, 100% of the time, that's a guy who was in prison for 20, 28, 30 years for a life sentence off the 3-strike law. I meet them. I minister to them. Like, I do that. So Trump didn't do that. Your girl Kamala did.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean,
I ain't been voting for her.
I mean, I wish more people would bring that up, honestly.
But they don't. Nobody wants to believe it, and they don't want to hear it. It's like they don't.
Yeah.
It's like that. The Skid Row thing, like, that's not a statistic I've heard anywhere. That's something that I've personally learned.
Ladies, I want to tell y'all something. I've been to like I said, 4 different Latin American countries. Skid Row is more third world than anything I've seen in Latin America. I've been
really
houses on the hills. Yeah, houses on the hills look more developed in Latin America, like in Peru and Mexico, than it does in Skid Row. And like El Salvador. El Salvador looks more developed than Skid Row does.
No, but I think they're still making money off of selling drugs to them. I think they're.
Of course they are.
And all the nonprofits or whatever, they're still making money off of them. So it's like a cash cow for them. They don't want to fix the problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's a homeless industrial complex. They make money.
Yes, exactly. I'm preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just like I had such an amazing, like, there was a guy. It's really funny, actually. There was a homeless guy that I got really attached to, and he died, and he was in horrible shape. But I think he kind of had a crush on me because he always used to bring me gifts and like broken jewelry and like shit that he stole from the flower shop, things like that. It was funny. there was another homeless guy that I bonded with. I'm very close with, and I was visiting with him, and I was laughing with him. I said, "Remember Faisal? He was so crazy. Like he would was always be building stuff or whatever." And Johnson's like, "Yeah, Faisal, he died." And I said, "Well, we bonded because really it was just because we're both Aries." And the guy's like, "Huh?" And I said, "Well, yeah, because his favorite color was red, and he was always wearing red clothes." And I was like, "That's my favorite color. Is it because you're Aries?" And he's like, "Yeah." So and I'm telling the story to this old homeless guy who gives me this,
Aww.
like, "Oh, you adorable little idiot." And he's like, "People wore red because he was a blood." And
Oh shit.
I'm like, "You mean he wasn't an Aries?" And he's like, "Maybe he was an Aries."
Genevieve, I want to ask, how does your home state handle the homeless situation, like Connecticut? I want to hear.
I don't know. I haven't lived in Connecticut since I was 18. And I wasn't involved. But there weren't really. We didn't really have a vagrancy issue in Greenwich. That where I lived, it was very, very like Stepford. That I didn't live in an area where we really had that. I saw it in New York. There was
there's
one.
some homeless in Virginia Beach, but it's not a lot. But probably because it gets really cold in the winter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, I was in Boston last year. Like I saw homeless. I didn't see the homeless tents you see in the West Coast cities. Because
but they don't have tents and stuff. Yeah.
Boston's cold as
not there.
I already know.
Hmm.
Yeah,
it gets cold there.
When I was in Boston,
In
they didn't.
New York.
There wasn't that many as homeless you see as like.
Oh yeah. But people are also like, and I didn't even get into it because I was just at a, it was a birthday party, and I'm like, I don't want to ruin the vibe by like dropping some truth on these people. But this guy was just like, "Well, if only we weren't so nice, like here, have a tent." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, a tent. That's the equivalent of giving them a fucking suite at the Ritz. Like, what you think you think their life is so cushy that like a tent on a hard cement ground, like in the freezing cold, like you think that's like anything? Like it no. Oh, why would I get a job when I can live in this nice tent with rats and like that's not the reason."
Yeah,
no. Like
No,
if you didn't give him a tent, he would suddenly be inspired to go get a master's and pull his life together. Like
yeah, I think it's mental health and addiction for sure.
Of course. And
Yeah.
and the the unbelievable level of incarcerated men who get women, but mostly men, who get dumped out in the street after 30 years, and there's thousands of them on Skid Row.
That's awful.
They get turned out. They get a life sentence. They don't know they're ever going to leave. One day they come in and go, "Get your things, you made parole, go, bye." It's been 28 years. That's Everybody horrible. That they knew is either dead or wants nothing to do with them.
Oh, it's awful.
So, I don't want to inherit this issue. Like, I wouldn't want to be governor right now. But they're not taking a look at the root cause because nobody wants to admit that they created it.
For it, and they're pocketing the money. They're getting money for it and then just pocketing the money. They're like screening the people twice.
Yeah. As of right now, Governor Newsom, like they want to take care of the issue because it makes them look bad.
But Governor Newsom wants to take care of the issue, but what does he mean by that? He's going to clear out the encampments? It's not a pile of trash. It's a fucking human being. Where are you going to send them? You can't just go, "I'm going to clear the encampment." Cool. Into what? Into where? Where are you going? Where are you going to send these people? They have nowhere to send them.
They need a facility.
Send them out of facility.
No, I don't. No, they're just going to move them.
Yeah,
Like-
you what do you just push them, move them around? Like
because the 20th the Olympics is coming up.
No, but they should put them in a facility. That's what they should do, like in a
the
hospital.
problem with putting them in a facility, honestly, and is that it's the mental health and the addiction. They don't want to, and you can't round them up and force them.
Yeah, that's true. You can't do it against their will.
You can't. They can try. They can, because what you're going to put them in jail. Then we go back to the same situation.
I mean, all they can do is just ship them out of state.
I don't think they're going to do that.
This is the end of the line. There's no more states. This is the end. The next stop is the ocean.
Well, they get it to Oregon.
Up. We ship them north. Yeah, I guess you could do that.
In Oregon.
But that's the thing is like I've talked to some of these people and they said, I talked to one guy and I said, I've noticed that a lot. I knew he was like a leader of the Crips or whatever. And he said, I said, I've noticed a lot of the people I meet out here are guys that were in jail a long time. And he goes, well, sometimes you've been locked up so long, you just want to be free. You just don't want walls around you. So some of them, they do want to be there, not for good, healthy reasons, but because they're so traumatized that like they don't know what else,
that's all they know. I've not known people when I'm in LA County that's been there.
Well, do you work with any like rescue or missions or anything that
I have? I mean, it's not like really my job. It's just a volunteer thing, but it's a group called Sharing Love with Others that just meets every Saturday to serve and spend time.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was there today.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I love it. But I didn't mean to get on a whole tangent about that. But
no, it's fine. No, I'm gonna have to go soon. But this has been amazing, and I want to hang out with you again, and like
I'd love to
help out any way I can, and like I totally agree with you. It's like, yeah, we need to get this issue like out there. We need awareness.
Yeah. Well, I would love to come by your mic on Tuesday, maybe.
Yes, that'd be perfect.
Oh yeah, ladies. We're gonna wrap the stream up in a couple of minutes. So bring up your future projects. Let's start with you, Mason.
Okay, yeah. All right. So I have a show November 1st at Flappers Comedy Club called The Killers of Comedy. Cool. It's at 10:00 p.m. on November 1st, and also every Tuesday at the Roost in Atwater Village is 7 p.m. and get there early to sign up. I would recommend getting there around 6:30 to sign up. We have an open mic, and it's like a great open mic. It's super supportive, super fun.
Oh, good.
So, love to see you there.
Yeah, I would love to come. Yes. I'm going to. Well, I got a couple shows coming up in the next week, like the State Social House on the 9th, and
West Hollywood, huh? That's West Hollywood.
Yeah,
that's it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to be doing this open mic on Tuesday. So and just working on my podcast, Just Genevieve.
Tell me about when are you going to upload the podcast on Spotify? Is it going to be?
Oh, they're everywhere. They're on Spotify and iTunes and stuff. It's just me like ranting, and I like having a podcast because I can say what I really want to say, and it's like if it's bothering someone, it doesn't hurt my feelings. Like they're not going to attack me. They can't actually respond. They can just turn it off.
Yes. Nice.
That's awesome. Well, thank y'all, ladies, for joining my live stream. Y'all have been great guys.
Thank
you so much for inviting me again, because Saturdays are sometimes hard. So thanks for not.
That's awesome. On my birthday. That means on these all right.
Happy birthday!
Oh, we crossed the line. It is your birthday. Happy birthday!
Yeah. Thank you, ladies, and thank you for joining me. Have a good night, everybody. I'll be back with
you too.
Thanks.
All right, awesome.
All right, peace out.
Ciao.